I don't think I need a lot of reassurance, but when I don't get it, I said a lot. I didn't say at all. I don't need a lot. But when I don't get it consecutively and consistently, I start to notice it and I start to feel it, and it starts to bother me. So what I do have an issue with is asking for reassurance on time before I blow up.
So let's go. We're gonna go deeper on that because for I'm talking to you now, watching. You are inside our relationship,
right?
So I know that each time you tell me, I don't know why, but I'm gonna say it like because we're in a raw conversation, So each time you ask me,
right,
for reassurance,
yeah,
I have these things in my head, like I don't know if it's a natural mechanism or something like that from my brain, but I'm like, but why do I have to say it if you already know it? This is what I have in my head,
Right.
I'm like, why do I have to say it if you already know it?
Okay.
So and you see, when we are arguing, I always tell you, but you don't know me.
Right. Yeah.
You feel that?
I do, and I get what you're saying, but I think, listen, you can know your partner, like the back of your hand, but at the end of the day, I'm not a mind reader, and you're not a mind reader, so I need you to vocalize it, because that is a part of communicating and communication.
Sure.
So if you're expecting me to just know what you're thinking at any given point, I don't think that's really fair. And vice versa. Like, if I just expect you to constantly know how I feel about you, what I think about the things you do, I think a lot of it also, it's about appreciating the qualities of your partner. That's where reassurance plays a big part. Like, I know the value that I bring to a relationship, but when you give me positive reinforcement on those qualities that I have, it just makes me want to do them more, express them more, or be, I don't know, just be better in our relationship. And I feel like when I give you positive reinforcement, whether you like it or not, I can see when I'm giving it to you, you feel better. Maybe in the beginning, I felt like when I used to say nice things to you, you kind of didn't believe them in some ways, or you didn't want to hear it. It made you feel really uncomfortable.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? For me, even if you give me, if you said too much good thing, I know it's not good, but I express it. If you say too much good things, it feel like fake for me.
Okay.
That's a feeling, but also I think like it's one of the trauma that we have as men.
Right.
Because we didn't get that when we were younger.
Yeah.
They keep telling you like to be strong and all these things, and all the cliche things.
Yeah.
And so when we grow with that, even without a romantic relationship, but with our friends, it's very rare that we say to our friends, our best friends, hey man, hey, you did well, bro.
Right.
Hey, what you did there was so good, and think, oh, hey, you know that you're good at that.
Right.
Oh, hey, you know that. Oh, you understand this subject very well. Wow, I'm impressed about you. All that.
Right.
Yeah, we don't do that, bro. Or if we do it with the opposite language. So we're gonna insult ourselves.
Right.
That's gonna be our reassurance type of, so we're gonna say
that you're giving somebody else by kind of putting yourself.
Like that. You don't show too much, but you say it without saying it, and you say it in a funny way, and that's this type of trauma that men have. Then when we go to in our relationship, it's even deeper than that. It's even deeper than that. The reactions are deeper.
So when you say that, you're kind of saying that you feel slightly uncomfortable giving reassurance directly.
Yes.
So it's like you have to, so there's like all these, it sounds like underlying rules. Like you can't be told to give reassurance because then you don't want to.
Yes.
And then also you have a problem giving it directly. You have to like somehow do it in an indirect manner. Why do you think that? Like, I mean, apart from, I understand the trauma part, but okay, instead of asking why do I think that, but like, what would make you more comfortable? What do you think like would make you more comfortable when giving reassurance? Like, how do I need to communicate that for that to be
I don't know.
Easier.
I don't, and that's I've been asking myself this question because I've been aware about this like a few, I would say 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
When you explain to me certain things.
Yeah. Why beat them? Anyway, go on.
When you explain to me certain things, I had a reflection about this because I figured out that I have an issue with that.
Okay.
That's the first thing. If you don't realize that you have an issue with that, it's for you, it's a normal reaction.
Right.
This is where it's very hard to understand because for us, it's a normal reaction. It's an ego reaction as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's very hard. But when you realize it, then I start to reflect and I start like, how can I? Sometimes I'm fighting with myself to tell you certain things like, that I know that I should say.
But so you're fighting with yourself, like you're thinking it and you can't say it?
And I can't say it.
Okay.
You know, I'm thinking it, I'm like, oh, she do that so well and things like that. Okay. But because I told you that when, remember when I told you that if you say something to me like who looks too good, it looks fake.
Okay.
So then I feel like if I said that to you, I will sound fake.
Okay.
It's a battle inside my head.
That sounds really complex.
It is.
Well, I think like for women, we find it a lot easier to give reassurance.
Yes.
And to say the things that are on our mind.
Let's talk about this, but why? Why you feel that? This is something that I think as men, we need to understand why and how is it so easy, I would say, for you to give.
Well, I think it's because we're kind of conditioned, even in society and in our families, to recognize what everybody else needs. We're also, you know, when you're little, everyone's always, to the little girl, they're always like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so sweet, you're so kind, you're so beautiful, you know. So we do get that reassurance when it comes to looks and, you know, the things, you know, our talents and things like that. So we just get it from our family members as well.
And from everyone.
And from everyone. And then it's like we're also conditioned to notice what other people need. And do those things for people. So then it's easier. It's kind of like a second nature because we're also nurturers, right? So it's second nature to just compliment you. But we also expect it in return. So I think when we don't get it, and then you continuously don't get it, you start to, maybe you don't notice at first, but then you start to like bottle it up and really start to get pissed off.
But so I was going something interesting that you said is like you are used to receive it since your childhood. And then you know that when you receive something, it's easier to get it back. When you don't, then you can't get it back because you don't even know how it feels to get to receive it.
Right.
But also, as a woman, I'm asking myself as well, this is not like based on research, but it's based on analyze and reflection. Is it also an instinct that is more developed, you know, inside you because you have this power of giving birth as well? You know what I mean? So you're probably more sensitive on this as well, naturally, as a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this feeling, and you said that when you say that if I don't have any reassurance, something feel empty.
Yeah.
So, and you feel like you need it. You need to hear certain things, even if they are there in front of you. You need to hear it from the people that you value,
love and care about,
and carry, and things like that, which is something that men need to learn back.
I mean, how many movies have we watched where, like, the guy just, he says, I love you. And, later down the line, the wife is like, well, do you even love me anymore? You never say it.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? Like, would you think I just, like, stop loving you?
Yeah.
Just because I don't say it?
For example, all those real that we see that they turn it into a funny things. But when the girl said, when they are watching a movie or they are watching something, couple, apparently it's a chill, relaxed moment, and the girl just turn her head and say, do you even love me?
Yeah.
This is they turn it into a funny things, but that's what we are talking about.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, look, and I'll use you as an example. I don't know if you remember this, but this is when we were just seeing each other and dating. We weren't obviously together at that time. And you said to me, you're like, I'm only going to tell you this once. And you're like, you're really beautiful. And obviously it meant a lot because you don't say things like that.
Yeah.
But I was always just thinking, I'm like, why does he have to start it with, I'm only going to tell you this once?
So that's very good that you said that. This is one of the way to protect myself, but to don't, because the feeling that I told you, that if I say to those type of things, for example, it feels fake. Okay. So I have to add a word of some things to break that fakeness and to make you feel that this is something true, so it's probably a mechanism, I didn't even think like that, but I think it's how my brain say, okay, you have to add this to don't sound fake. As well, and to make
but to also let her know, like, I'm not gonna be like, don't get used to this.
Also. You see that?
Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, you're definitely getting better at it. I will say that. When do you think it's too much reassurance? Because you talked a lot about when it's too much, it doesn't feel genuine. But is it like the quantity? Like, if you, like, let's say you get reassurance every day on different things, do you find that that's too much?
There is a balance between needed reassurance because you don't hear enough, like you, from me. And there is a difference between needed reassurance all the time because you're insecure about something, and you need your partner or the person that you are dating helping you answer the question that you have about certain layer of your life or the insecurity of the trauma that you have. This is very different than what you asking me to do. For example, For example, I give you an example that I think a lot of people have.
Yeah.
When someone got cheated multiple of time on, you know that they will ask their partner to confirm that they are not going to cheat.
Yes.
And
that's reassurance. Yeah.
And for them, that's reassurance. Yeah. But you can't base your relationship on that, because you're gonna make your partner feel they're gonna become crazy, for example. And even it's even more like that. And it can be a man as well who asks for that, by the way.
Of course.
It can be a man, not only a woman. Yeah, some men as well have been triggered by that as well. But this is when reassurance start to feel like it's not reassurance anymore. It's more like a proof.
Yeah.
You have to prove some things.
I understand what you're saying, because there is a thin line between insecurity and I know you're not going to like this, but if that's the way that you receive love, right? So, for example, words of affirmation. That is similar to reassurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's reminding your partner about the good things about them. And I'm not just talking about, about physical things. Like, I'm not just saying, oh, wow, you're so beautiful. That's not the only thing that encompasses reassurance. It's like, oh, thank you for this meal. I think a lot of it has to do with gratitude as well.
Gratitude, yeah, you're right.
So it's like appreciating all the things your partner does for you. Oh, thank you for, noticing that the milk I drink is gone and then going to get it, or whatever it is, like cleaning or dry cleaning, picking up your dry cleaning on the way home from work. Just like those small bits of affection that shows you that your person's thinking about you, and then kind of verbalizing that gratitude. That's in a way reassurance to know, like, hey, my partner, they actually appreciate me. And they noticed that I went out of my way to do something for them, or that I spent time and love making this meal for them. Those type of things. I think that's what reassurance is to women.
Yeah.
Mostly. And yes, of course, we want to know that we're beautiful. We want to know we're the only one that, you see and you think about, but we also deeply want to know we're appreciated.
Yeah.
And valued. Yeah.
Something that you said as well, and I realized it because you are explaining to me, and I feel I finally understand it. When you do something, you want to also understand that your partner recognized what you do. You also sometimes as well, we don't understand how much our women are going out of their way to do certain things for us.
Right.
Or sometimes we understand it, but because of what I said before, the trauma and the reassurance problem and all the barrier that we have in our brain, we don't say it, even if we recognize it.
Yeah.
Many times I recognize that you do certain things for me that you didn't have to do, or you go out of your way to do it, and consciously, I don't verbalize it.
Right.
And consciously.
Yeah.
Because when I realize it, I say it, And even when I say it, I should even say more than what I said. But again, I still have this little barrier that I'm working on.
Yeah.
But I still have these little things to tell me, like, hey, don't go too much. It's fake.
Right.
It's gonna sound fake. And you know me, as I like to be true. I like to all these things. It's a hard things to work on. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I think something that I've also heard before, like from friends even, and in the past, I think a lot of men don't verbalize or notice those type of things because they just assume it's easy. It's easy for the woman to do it.
Yeah.
Also, they have an expectation that she'll do it.
Yeah.
So especially like if in the beginning of a relationship, you kind of, as a woman, set a standard of the things that you're going to bring to the relationship.
Yeah.
And then you keep doing them. Like a lot of the times you won't get reassurance for it later down the line because the man is going to be like, well, you set the standard. This is what you kind of offered at the start.
Yeah.
That's the expectation you set for me.
Yeah.
Of what I'm going to receive. So I just assume that that's easy for you. And that's kind of what you like to do.
Something about that. Is it because of the gender role? Because when you said you're a man, you're a provider.
Yeah.
You go to work, you bring out the money on the table. That's your job. You're a woman. You stay at home, take care of the child, clean, cook, and make sure that the house is ready. So, because I feel like when you have your relationship like that, and when you live like that, you're gonna go out of your way to do what the women do, and the women do the same thing as well. So you can't understand what she's feeling, how hard it is, And I don't say that woman doesn't work, But for the woman, for example, who choose this life, then she also probably not gonna give reassurance to her man who work, Meanwhile, I feel like she probably will do more by saying, "Oh, look, you work hard. I cooked your favorite meal or whatever, or something like that, But the men, the trauma that we have, plus the fact that we don't, if sometimes some of them doesn't even do what their women do.
Right.
So they can even understand it. On top of it, you had another layer, and then that's the result that you have. You have a man who doesn't understand what it means to be in the body of to be at the place of their woman, for example. And then you will never have reassurance for them. They're going to say, what are you talking about? I'm working. You just at home.
And that's a great point that you bring, because as you're talking, I was just thinking, like, in any relationship, there are going to be some gender roles assumptions, right?
Yeah.
As much as, like, you know, things are, even if you're in a relationship where you believe in equity and equality and teamwork and things like that, there's, you know, eventually you're gonna, you know, maybe you're gonna take out the trash and I'm gonna cook for the most part. Doesn't mean always, but for the most part. But what I think, in all relationships, what I think happens is, if the man is working, and even if the woman is working, we just assume that is your job. So then we're not going to say thank you for going to work and paying the bills, right? We're not going to do that because that's what you're supposed to do. And even if we weren't in this family unit, you would be doing that for yourself. So why am I going to say thank you to you? Are you working for me? So, and I also think that stems from not having enough conversations about that. Well, maybe I wouldn't work as hard if I didn't have you and the kids to support, you know? Maybe I would do something different. Maybe I would do more things in my free time. But no, I come home and I spend time with you. So, and there's not enough conversations about appreciation. And even for men, I think a lot of the times, you know, when you ask men why they cheated, it's because they didn't feel appreciated at home, or they didn't feel valued, or maybe their woman didn't pay attention to all the things that they contribute. But whereas to the woman, it's like, well, it's your job to contribute that because I'm doing all this stuff, and well, you don't appreciate all these things that I do. So it just becomes like a competition in a way of who's doing more and who's, you know, appreciated the least in a way. So and it just kind of validates the assumption that actually both men and women actually need reassurance in a relationship, period. And again, it's not just physical. It is really when you really, really dig deep, it's about gratitude and appreciating the value your partner brings.
Exactly. And what you're gonna say, like, that's why we are a team. More than gender, and I put it gender role in a relationship. That's why I believe in a teamwork. You know, of course there is things that you're gonna do more. But I have also to do the things that you do if you can do it.
Exactly.
Because I'm in the relationship, and that's how I will understand what you're going through.
Right.
And then I will appreciate it when you're gonna do it in front of me, because I did it.
Right.
Even if you do it more than me, but I did it once, twice, and I understand that, oh my God, I was so tired when I did it once and twice. And then when you do it every day, I will be like, damn, she do that every day.
Right.
You know?
It takes a lot of self-reflection to do that. I think it's not natural for people to reflect on that level. It's like, it's natural for people to maybe reflect on themselves, but not so much the impact on their partner or the people around them.
That's you became a master of communication.
Oh, did it?
But no, I wasn't saying that to you.
I thought you were giving me a compliment. Goddamn.
Calm down. Are you okay?
I thought you were giving me reassurance.
Let me see your ankle.
My ankles are not swollen.
I
thought you were out here giving me reassurance.
Wow.
But I guess not. You made me blush and shit.
That's crazy, bro. Oh, thank you. Hey, calm down, bro. We're still learning.
Oh, wow. All right.
So what I was saying is like,
That's grimy. That's messed up. I can't believe you just gave me reassurance and smashed it right back.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
I don't
your
want to be fake. No. But hey, you became a master in communication in your own couple, in your own relationship, as well. When you start to don't only, like you said, reflect on yourself, but reflect on how your action impacted your partner.
Right.
And this is the hard things to do. I swear. I swear. It takes time.
It does.
But not just to recognize it, but to do something to change it. This is the thing. Because we are fighting against our protection, ego, trauma mechanism in our brain who tell us like, no, I shouldn't say this, shouldn't say that, blah, blah. Fighting against yourself. I fight against myself to say certain things. I realize it. And this is a little bit as a therapy, talking about this now.
Right.
Because even when I'm talking now, I just realizing certain things about myself I need to work on. And that I will.
Right.
Yeah.
So ladies, I'm going to give you a little trick. So now every time Fab gives me a compliment or some reassurance, I pretend I don't hear it so that he can say it again. So I feel like, what'd you say?
Okay.
You know, it just makes you feel more comfortable.
All right. That's okay.
I'm just saying, you gotta speak up. Say it with your chest.
I accept it because I have to. You have to force me to go out of my comfort zone as well.
That's how you grow.
That's the thing as well. The comfort zone. That's another thing as well.
Right.
Comfortable, uncomfortable. We feel uncomfortable to say certain things. That's the word as well.
You only grow when you're not in your comfort zone. Yes. You definitely don't grow when you're in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Before we kind of close out on this topic, I was just thinking, does it matter how I respond to the reassurance you're giving me? That, like, if I respond a certain way, does it make you want to kind of not give me reassurance again? Or if I respond a different way, does it make you feel more comfortable to give me reassurance?
No. When I go out of my comfort zone,
right,
and I already processed in my head like the phrase that I'm going to say 2,000 times.
Wow, I didn't know it was that deep.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
For certain thing, for certain thing. And then when I said it to you, the thing that I figured out is not like I'm waiting for a special answer from you.
Okay.
Because when I say it, I feel like,
right.
Done.
Well, do you feel relieved when you say it?
Yeah, I feel relief. I feel like you did it.
Okay.
You know, and I feel like it's done. You know, like
okay.
I did it. So whatever the answer is, I'm already happy with myself that I say it.
Okay,
you know?
Okay.
For example.
Okay.
But something that I realized, it's that when I see you happy, genuinely.
Yeah.
And you watch me, and sometimes I can see in your eyes, like you're watching me, and you're like, oh, because you don't hear it that much. And I see that, and I'm like, oh, I should do that more.
Aww.
But I say that to myself all the time.
Right.
And I still take time to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's a constant battle. This is what it is. But yeah, I know because it's already so hard for me to say it. Mm-hmm. Then the answer doesn't really matter. But I don't wait for an answer when I'm gonna say it. But when I see your reaction, it gives me joy and things. I say like, bro, you should do that more, bro.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So, like, even if I was like, you could do better than that.
No, okay, don't go too far. Don't go too far. Don't go too far. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I have to give you a positive reaction, right?
I mean, how can you not be positive if I give you a reassurance thing? That would be messed up.
Right, that's true.
That would be messed up because you already know that that's so rare, so you will take it well.
Right.
You take it well. On top of it, you say, oh, what the hell is that? You could do more. I say, oh yeah, then you're gonna see. You're gonna see. Wait next year.
No, seriously though, it's given me a lot of insight because I didn't realize that you have to rehearse it so many times that you think about it and overthink it. Like, I had no idea that it was that difficult. Like, I thought it just doesn't come naturally to you. Like, I thought it was more like you don't think to verbalize it rather than you struggle. Like, you struggle to, like, you recognize you have to say it, but you struggle to actually say it. I didn't realize that was the case. So that gives me a lot of insight.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I recognize that I have to say it. I struggle. I prepare it. And I don't say it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yes.
Like, for example, you know, like me, when I cook you something, every single time I'm going to ask you, do you like it? Even if you say you don't like it, it's okay. I know it's rare, but for the most part, I want to know that you liked it. I don't need you to, you know, be like, oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever eaten. Sometimes, yeah, obviously when it is, but
you know, it's always good. But
it's still a reassurance thing. It's like, oh, hey, like, did you like that? Did you enjoy that? Because I did that for you, you know?
Yeah. Again, this is one of the things that I also need to verbalize a bit more. Even when most of the time I'm joking because I'm like, I'm like, oh, it's disgusting, you know. And that's what I do, you know. I'm joking. I like to joke.
You do.
You know?
You do.
But I know that I figure that as well, that when you prepare some things, like you say, oh, I'm going to try new things and I'm going to do that for him because I know that he like this, I like that.
Right.
I need to verbalize it. Even if I need to verbalize the feeling that what you just done do to me.
Right.
And then you will have the true manifestation of my inner joy.
Oh, you know that's so lovely.
Yes, I should do that more. I just recognize it now by talking about this subject more.
I love that.
Yeah,
so definitely talk to your partner about reassurance and like what kind of reassurance they would like to receive.
Yeah.
When they would like to receive it and how, like in which way, you know? Because I think it's really important. I don't think people talk about this subject enough. Because at the end of the day, we're all human and we all need a little bit of extra recognition.
Yeah, it's for the stability of our brain, for also when we are also not second guessing ourselves, but you know, sometimes you don't recognize. Not they don't recognize. Sometimes you need your partner to confirm certain things about yourself.
That's right.
To help you as well. Even appreciate yourself a bit more.
I'll tell you something about me that I realized by being with you is that I think I have a lot of great qualities, right? And I think throughout my life and my relationships, not romantic or anything, just in general, I feel like I never really got the recognition or appreciation for those qualities from the people around me.
Yeah.
And that later in life really started to bother me.
Yeah.
Because I felt like
you expressed that to me.
I'm a dope person and I have bomb qualities that a lot of people don't necessarily have. So in my relationship, what I really want is somebody to see that, because I feel like if they see that, then they're going to see me for me. And and I will feel like I'm being absolutely valued. So like there's just small things that you've said and noticed about me that made me feel like really seen. So I do appreciate that. But I feel like a lot of women can resonate to what I'm saying. It's like you want your partner to love all those small things about you that you just know that you're great at.
And that they are not going to get outside.
Outside, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And that maybe your partner brings out of you because, you know, if you have and let's be real, every person brings out something different in you.
Yeah.
But if you're with somebody who brings out like the absolute best in you, you want them to notice that, and you want them to verbalize it, and you want them to reassure you like, hey, you're amazing.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. We think the same thing as a man, but we're more like, she know. She know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I feel like that's so surface level though, because like deep down, subconsciously, you guys are like really dying for the recognition. Like you're really like wanting it. Like you want to hear it, even though you might be like, oh yeah, she knows, but you really, down the line, you don't recognize that not hearing it makes the impact on you.
This is our life as men. This is all our life. We don't know what we really need in this area.
Yeah, true.
But when we get it, it feels so good. The same thing I tell you, like when I see you, when I see that, that I see that how happy you are, I say to myself, oh, I should do that more.
Yeah.
But it's still the same battle for the next one, for the next reassurance thing. So it's the same for this as well.
But I get it. If you as a man have never had something and then you receive it, you still don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like anything. And the more that you receive it and the more that you actually try to receive it, you know, like internally, that's the more practice you get, and then eventually it's going to get more comfortable receiving it. It might even make you feel nicer inside.
You know who helped me as well?
Who? The kids?
The kids.
No.
Yeah, because I have to be like that with my kids.
Right.
They are, you know, so they bring another things inside me as well.
They sure do.
You know, they teach me. Your kid teach you a lot of things. For the one who have kids, you're not the one teaching them. They teach you a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you have to recognize it.
So you heard about how we experience reassurance in our relationship, and we're genuinely curious. How do you experience it? Do you feel okay asking for reassurance? And do you feel okay giving reassurance? Let us know.
And also don't forget, if you like and enjoy this video, this format, share it with someone who's maybe going to be interesting about this discussion. And also comment, like, and subscribe. See you in the next video.